I'm Elsie.
And I'm Debbie.
And we're two sisters Southern cooking.
Hey y'all, we are making okra and tomatoes. Yummy.
If you want to be into a Southern dish, this is the dish.
Yeah.
We grew up with this, so we're using both of our Romas and our big boys together with this.
And I'm just cutting up our okra.
And I'm just going to
into bite-sized pieces.
I'm just going to cut these into like a little, I don't know, what would you, just to cut them up into like little,
little
pieces, so they're not quite.
They're gonna cook down anyway.
They're gonna cook down to like stewed tomatoes. So Elsie and I were talking about Morris's. He has some roosters and some chickens. He's been trying to give me some of the biddies. And I live in an apartment.
Oh, and that would go over well.
That would go over real well. Turn our apartment into a farm. And he asked me if I wanted some of the biddies, and I said, no, Morris, you know I can't have them. We have an apartment. So, anywho, I was recording the sounds of the roosters because he's always crowing. So there'll be an upcoming video that you guys will be seeing that has farm sounds from the farm. So just pardon us, because I was like, you know what, people are never going to believe that, you know, this the way these animals are. Ben saw this little kitten that Morris had. Somebody dropped off another cat. It's a shame what people do to animals. And this little kitten is a little runt of the litter. And so Morris told my mom that he wanted to bring the kitten in because he was afraid that, you know, one of the wildlife was going to get the kitten. So my mom was like, no, that they have one cat. And she was afraid Pebbles would get upset. And so they snuck the cat in, Ben and Morris. And Mom looks up and here's the cat. So I'm sure that Morris and Ben are on Mom's duty list because they snuck the kitten in. These are our big boy tomatoes, by the way. They are, they came up from, like, they were wild, growing in the back, because Morris had fed his chickens last year the old tomatoes that were left over from the fruit stand. And they don't absorb and don't eat the tomato seeds. So, needless to say, there was 6 plants extra. There was 8 total. And I took 6 of them because Morris said for us to take them and put it in the garden. And he kept a few. So these tomatoes here are from there, but they're big boys. And they look they smell just so good. I can't wait to be able to put them in the stove and just smell it. I have to live vicariously through my family because I can't eat tomatoes. So we're gonna just go ahead and slice these up and put them in there. We got the Romas and we also have the big boy. So I haven't heard anything from Mom and Morris about the cat today since I've been over here. So I was waiting to hear something from Mom because she was a little distressed because they snuck the cat in and then her cat Pebbles was upset. So there was a little disharmony in the house.
I think she's adjusted.
Well, Mom said she couldn't find her. She was hiding because she didn't want to mess with the kittens, so. Elsie's cats. There's a ton of them here. How many do you have total, Elsie?
I think 6.
She thinks.
I'm not sure. I have to sit and count them by name.
But you know what is the sad part is people drop off these cats at the fruit stand all the time and just leave them out there, and some of them do get hit by cars because, you know, nobody sees them drop them off. Why would you do that to an animal? I have no idea why. That's just so unreasonable to think people would do that to an animal. And I am definitely not an animal lover. I don't have any pets.
I wish I could say I wasn't. They keep me busy.
Yeah, they do. They keep me busy, and I'm not even. I'm their like their aunt. You know, I'm not even their family member, and they're
In and out, in and out.
Yes, they do.
Revolving door.
It is every day. And if it's not them, it's Buster. You know what? Funny. I pull up this morning. I have Lindsay's little orange renegade, and Buster didn't recognize it, so he was barking at me. And then I rolled down the window and called his name, and he puts his paws on the door and he starts like panting real fast, and he's all excited and he's ready. He's just wiggling all over himself. And I'm like, Buster, get down. And I get out of the car, and he's just like, he wants me to pet him. And he runs over. So it's funny how they become attached to you, you know, because we've only been here 2.5 years, and all of the animals are like, they all come up to me, and I'm like, I'm not an animal lover, but they all like me. So I'm like, there's something wrong with this picture. All right, guys, meet us at the stovetop, and we're going to go ahead and get this on and get you some good okra and tomatoes. It'll be good, job.
All right, y'all, we're putting our bacon in. And this is the beginnings of okra and tomatoes. I have 4 pieces of bacon going in.
Ooh, she got herself.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and cook this down. It'll take about 5 minutes to render down. And we'll take it out, and then we're going to add in our garlic, and then we will add in our tomatoes with all the seasonings and let them render down their juices, and then we will add in our okra, and then we will top it off with some salt and pepper seasoning. So, all right, stay tuned. All right, I'm taking the bacon up. I'm going to let it cool down before we break it back up in here when we, we're going to break it up into pieces. Yeah. When Elsie's done, we're going to put garlic in, saute it, and then we're going to put all the seasonings with the tomatoes in.
I'm turning the heat down to medium because I don't want to burn the garlic.
Yeah. Because that will give off a smell and a taste like you've never seen.
Yeah.
It's not pretty. And it doesn't smell good. About 30 seconds is all you need on this, and then I'll put the tomatoes in. Yeah, and like I said, we're mixing our tomatoes with big boy tomatoes and with the Romas.
And we're just going to cook these down until they basically not quite to a sauce, but definitely cook down where they're not. This is probably going to take about 20 minutes, probably, I think. 20-30 minutes for it to cook all the way down the way you want it to be.
It's got to release all those juices to make okra and tomatoes.
And the tomatoes will start to kind of fall apart.
All right, guys, we're going to let these render down, and we'll be back.
Hey y'all, so we're just adding in a half a teaspoon of salt. Look how much our tomatoes have rendered down. Oh my gosh, we were worried about the juice, but Elsie's like, no, just hang on and let them cook down to like a stewed tomato, and they will render down, and they sure have. All right guys, we're gonna set a timer for 10 minutes, and then we're going to go ahead and put the okras in and get them to cooking, and we'll be back. Okay, I'm gonna put in the bacon. Stir it around. Alright, now I'm gonna get... We ended up adding a teaspoon of sugar extra and a teaspoon of salt, just to help season it. Alright, so we'll let you know if we have to add any extra seasonings or fluid to this, but we're going to let the okra render down, and then we will come back and do a taste test here shortly. Alright, we'll be right back. Okay y'all, so they are ready for dinner. Look how good they look. This is okra and tomatoes, y'all, with some good old bacon in it. Oh my gosh, with all the bacon renderings. It's just delicious, y'all. This is southern as it gets. All right, guys, we will see you in our next video. You have a blessed night.
And I'm Debbie, and we're Two Sisters Southern Cooking. Please like, share, and subscribe.
Thank you.